Welcome to Wilkes County for the next round of the Racecraft Grand National Series. It's North Wilkesboro 150 on the Elite Racing Network. I'm James Watson, joined as always by my broadcast partners Cameron Rich and Dave Huckleberry. First of all, Cam, let's come to you. It's Wilkes, baby. Short track racing. What are you looking forward to?
Looking forward to some really good side-by-side racing with no contact and a lot of clean, respectful driving. Actually, no, that's all BS. Last time we were at a short track, 13 cautions. I think we're probably going to see something like that tonight. And James, we're past the halfway point in the season, and we have 3 more races, including this one to the chase. I think that's going to amp up the pressure a little bit, don't you think?
Absolutely. Points are on offer, and you basically got to do what you can to get yourself in that position to make the chase here. Time is running out, like you said. So it's exactly what you want to see at a tight short track is people having to be more aggressive and get all they can. That certainly won't be a recipe for disaster in any fashion. Yep. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan looking quick out there. He's currently on the pole, and I think with 7 seconds left, no one's going to be able to beat him. He's been fast this year. It's going to be his 3rd pole of the season. Beats Brandon Wilkinson out for that front row spot. But yeah, driver 66 looking fast tonight. Looking second in practice, on the pole for tonight. Looking to be maybe the one to beat.
Absolutely. We've seen Tommy Ryan have some fantastic performances here before. Winner here in last year's truck season rather. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the entire starting grid. Your pole sitter, of course, is the I think I skipped ahead a little bit here. Your front row is, of course, the 66 of Tommy Ryan next to the 26 of Brandon Wilkinson. These two of the best short trackers in the Grand National Series, so it's absolutely not a surprise to see these two up here on the front row. Going around!
Oh, there they go.
Oh, and Higgins too! Oh, Connor gets knocked back up the track! Oh, Eckridge hard into the outside wall! Boy.
Another parking lot here at out of turn 2 at North Wilkesboro.
Yep. We basically have 2 near track walkers, and I don't think we've completed I think we have more near track walkers than we have laps completed already.
Yeah, and I gotta say the brakes must not be working out here tonight, because there was a lot of people in here who saw the wreck, and they had 7 to 10 business days to slow down for it, and chose not to, for whatever reason. So we might need to do something about that later on in the race.
And see Tate doing a great job of checking up, even with a little bit of a bump from the 24. Did great to avoid it. See hard damage for the 29 of Scott Eckridge. He's got himself a meatball for his troubles. Oh yeah, and that certainly didn't help there from the 64 of Andrew Recker.
And Eckridge, that he definitely didn't need that coming in here in the I believe it's the 7th place in points. So not gonna help his situation at all.
Yeah, and he's just called it a night. And yeah, to think he was the point leader not that long ago, but some nightmare races these past few weeks has just absolutely turned his fortunes upside down, and it is not getting better. And this is the last point of the season you want to be on a cold streak here, as we're trying to ramp up for the chase, Cam.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you've probably been through this. I think we all have it at some point. When you get into those funks, it just feels like it never ends. So he needs himself a good run starting next week, if possible, to get that turned around.
Absolutely. As the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road, Tommy Ryan is once again going to lead us to the restart zone. Greening's going. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. See a little bit of tire spin from a few cars.
Top line looking great on the restart, though, and Ryan was able to shoot off into the distance about 3 car lengths by the time they got to turn 1. So definitely kind of showing the fast line out here tonight. Bottom line was a bit disjointed on the restart there. There was a couple of not so great gaps in between the cars, but it looks like they got it underway. And James, I think, well, 1 lap is a lap, 2 laps is qualifying, and 3 laps is a run. So I think we're kind of getting to the point where we're actually going to get some green flag racing here.
I sure hope you didn't jinx things, Cam, as we're also conveniently right on board with the 15 at Chad Frankenfield. Chad doing a good job hanging on to P4 here. Here comes Weeks to the inside of Hibbs right behind him.
Weeks has been strong all season. Don't ever count that 11 out in any sort of race, so the fact that he's up here already in the top 5 fighting for it is a not so great sign for anyone else, but going to be hard to beat the others around him. Tommy Ryan looking really fast right now. Brandon Wilkinson, probably, like you said earlier, one of those faster short track drivers in Elite, so that's going to be a hard one to fend off. But a few drivers out here tonight having good runs. See Chris right up there on the outside. He started back in the 16th spot, so he's up 8 spots. Nice little drive up from him and using the outside line to his advantage. So I think that's probably the place to be out here tonight. Right now, James is that outside, not really outside, but middle line as of now. But as it represents, I think that inside line might come into play a little bit.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, a little bit of contact between Thornquist and Michael Hossack here. Also, something interesting to point out, the lucky dog, that last caution, ended up being Jonathan Cutlip. So I guess the others that were a lap down might have been slightly involved in that incident. So Cutlip getting the huge break to get back up to just 1 lap down now.
Yeah, that's a huge stroke of good luck for him, and he needed that. It was contact there with Rexing into the side.
Oh, yeah!
Caution!
Nigel Stock hard into the inside wall. How in the world that ended up being a single car incident, I will never know. I thought for sure with the way that car came off of the wall that it was going to come up right in front of a whole bunch of cars.
Now let's see what happened here on the replay. It never lies, and just into the wall. Gavin Higgins,
Ooh.
nowhere to go. And wow. I think he just ran out of room there, James. Didn't he's side by side there off the corner. It's easy to get spatially disoriented to the point where you just kind of get your right side of the car a little bit off where you don't need to be, and I think that's what happened to Nigel there, and it's that is a very excellent thing that he was the only car involved, because that could have been easily like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars easily there. So very good to see that.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that, Cam. That could have been way worse, as we see the netcode guys very kind to Jonathan Cutlip right there. The lucky dog is going to the 16 of Tom Bourne, though. But Cutlip now first car 1 lap down here.
I bet Cutlip is frustrated because he actually got passed for that right before the caution came out by Tom Bourne. So Tom Bourne basically laughing all the way to the bank in that regard. But, you know, Cutlip should be fine, being that we're on lap 23 and are working our 3rd caution of the night. I bet he'll have plenty more to get up there. And James just got to be not a part of it. And, you know, if you're a lap down, the fact that he got that lucky break being 1 lap down versus 2 is really kind of turned his race on the other side up. So we'll see if he can get it here early on, but I would like to see some green flag racing as well.
Yeah, would you say that Tom Bourne is duck laughing for getting the lucky dog over Jonathan Cutlip?
He absolutely is. He absolutely is.
As we are already 1 to green once again. As the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tommy Ryan leads us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. See Wilkinson. Oh, he keeps the nose right in there. Maybe gives a little bit of a bump to Ryan. Here he is side by side down into turn 3. Tommy's going to have all the momentum off the high side though. But good job from Wilkinson, able to stay alongside. Seems like that inside lane is real good in 3 and 4. Oh, little bit of right side romance between these two. Wilkinson almost has him clear. He's got him clear. Tommy drives it on deep into turn 3, trying to hold on to the outside. He can't. New leader, Brandon Wilkinson.
And that might be a huge difference maker at some point later in the race, because that was the best restart Brandon Wilkinson got on the inside so far. He was actually almost even with Ryan there, so that helped a lot. Chad Frankfield here trying to make the move on Gavin Hibbs. I actually think that might be Hibbs trying to make the move on Frankfield on the outside there. Goes keeping the position in position number 4 for Hibbs, but that was a great move for Wilkinson on Ryan, and I think that Wilkinson just a little bit quicker at this point in the race.
Yeah, and I think what really helped Wilkinson there is he just seems to get through 3 and 4 so much better than Ryan, especially on that inside. It just didn't seem like Tommy could keep the same pace on the outside that Brandon was getting there on that inner lane. Obviously, it was a huge advantage to be to the outside 1 and 2, but Brandon just drove so well into 3 and 4, and that was the difference maker. It's now Tommy is under fire from Gerald Campbell right behind.
Yeah, not a lot of time to rest and relax in that 66. He's got to now fend off that 31. And don't look now, Matthew Weeks going around the outside of Chad Frankenfield. He's a big mover up 7 spots or so from his start position. So we talked about him already. Don't ever count that 11 out. And he is making his way forward in this race. So he's probably going to have to deal with that car sooner rather than later. Brandon Wilkinson putting down some good lap times right now. He's a little bit quicker, just ever so quicker than Tommy Ryan, but quicker is quicker. And, well, actually, kind of trading back and forth you see there on our screen. Red means Ryan is slower, and green means Ryan is faster. So there. The gap remains about 3/4 or 2/4. Geez, I couldn't get that right. 1/4 of a second. Tommy Ryan was sideways on entry at turn 1. I think he's got some rear bias in those brakes. Gavin Hibbs trying to make a move around the outside here.
Yeah, it looks like the bleediness finally stopped for Frankenfield there. Able to finally get single file and stop the freight train that was going on the 15 cars. You see Hibbs to the outside of Gerald Campbell. Gerald having to check up behind Tommy. That's going to allow a big run to Hibbs on the outside. That's pass done.
Yeah, made it look easy for Gavin Hibbs. It's like he's rolling well on that middle line. And I'm not sure how that's going to do his tires later on in the run. I think that the bottom line is typically more the meta of tire saving here on iRacing, but that sometimes doesn't work as simply as it sounds. So sometimes if you just have the fast line like Gavin might have, that might be the tire saving line as well. So we'll see. That'll rear its head about 30 laps in the run if that is bad for his tires, but I don't think it should be. Gavin's usually pretty all right with that. Matthew Weeks now making the move around Gerald Campbell on the bottom side right now. So the 2 cars up here, the 95 and 11 carving through the field right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be big as far as tire wear, because you're likely not going to have to pit for fuel in this race. So you need to make sure you can make these tires last to the end if we go to the end without another caution. Now, obviously that is highly unlikely, especially with what we've already seen in the first 38 laps or so, but it's not impossible. So you do have to make sure that you're at least somewhat prepared if that comes to fruition. As you see Weeks to the inside of Gerald Campbell fight the
trouble!
Frankenfield! Oh, they're both spinning to the inside. They don't hit anything. Incredible saves from the both of them. But that is a huge amount of track position loss. That has sent them to the back, and you know Matthew Weeks is not happy about that.
Yeah, they're back to about the 20s. I think mid-20s, 23rd for Frankenfield there, about 21st or so for Weeks. So that is absolutely not going to be a very popular move from the Matthew Weeks cockpit, but I gotta say, I mean, we like to clown on Chad. I don't think that was egregious, just a little tiny short track bump that probably shouldn't have knocked Matthew Weeks sideways, but netcode giveth and it taketh sometimes. That might have just been bad enough to do that and knock 11 out of shape there. So got a good race here between Chris Wright and Hunter Smith. And this is for the 5th position, top 5. They're three wide.
Yeah, Chris got a bump from Jared Rexing. That knocked Chris up a lane and allows the 10 to get through the middle and get to the outside of Hunter Smith. Maybe Rexing loose off of the corner. That's giving Hunter some hope, but here comes... Oh, meanwhile, we're working in the bath. Seth Rawls is around. Oh, no, Chad Turnquist was able to hang on to it, but caution is out.
Matthew Weeks going to lose some more track position here. He had to stop.
Yeah, contact with Wright and Rawls, and then more contact with puts Rawls up into the wall.
A bad break for Chad Turnquist as well. He had driven up from 33rd up to 9th before that incident. So hopefully the car's not too badly damaged and he's able to get back some of that. But there's Matthew Weeks driving away. Not involved in the accident, just had to stop for it. So we're 3 wide here, and it's tally being shown on the 8 car.
Yeah, because it looks to me like there's a little bit of a move to the inside right there. Because watch the 8 car, you see, yeah, you see a little bit of a turn there. Just barely gets the rear of Seth and kind of knocks him up into the wall. Like, I don't know if he thought he was clear of Seth's rear bumper and tried to jump to the inside. But
yeah, I think both of these cars made some movement to cause the accident. 8 drove down a little bit. The 25 definitely came up. The 8 definitely went down, but there is a corner there and it just was a wonky angle. So I don't know. I could see that being on either. So
yeah, I agree completely.
We'll see. I already heard that Chris is going to appeal that, which is that's fine. It's his right to do so. Just the 87 of Chad Turnquist. One of the cars involved. I mentioned that he driven up to 9th place. Now it's going to be back in the 24th after pitting and presumably getting some damage repair. But I mean, we got we're going to have about 12, 13 laps to go towards the end of the stage here, James. A little more pressure to get some points here.
Yeah, and a lot of people stayed out on that one. See, Gerald Campbell going to be the one leading us to the restart zone. Green beans going. We're back underway at Wilkesboro.
Oh, bad start for the 8 of Chris Wright.
Yeah, did look bad, but already he is getting swamped. Here comes Wilkinson. They are 3 wide around him. somehow we're surviving for now, but boy howdy Cam, I don't think that's gonna be for long. Oh, we're 3 wide once again. Whole lot of 3 wide in the back.
Yeah, we're 3 wide, about 4 or 5 rows deep. Looks more like the start of a short track race, like a sprint car race, than it does a NASCAR race with the O'Reilly cars here, but they're doing a good job of keeping off each other. It's just barely right now. 26 of Brandon Wilkerson looks quick. He's going to get to the inside of the 31 of Campbell, and I think once he gets off of turn number 4 here, this is going to be all she wrote. He's got the new tires. He's got the speed outright already. He's going to drive off and probably win this stage if nothing biblical happens to him. 95 of Gavin Hibbs. He got in the wall there. Just a little tap. I think he should be fine. No harm, no foul. Joe Campbell doing a good job on those older tires to do what he can. There's only so much you can do when you're in that kind of a position, but doing a good job there, trying to wreck up there. 34 of Phillips.
Yeah, I think Gerald might have got a little bit of a bump from the 10 of Rexing. Meanwhile, it looks like Chad Turnquist has received a black flag. I'm wondering if it might have been a lane change violation, not sure, but meanwhile, here comes Tommy Ryan to the inside of Campbell. See, here comes Tate Lytle to the inside of Phillips. Is going to put in P3. This caution has worked out fantastic for Tate. He was at the fringes of the top 10 before. Now he is up to P3.
Yeah, we're seeing some of the cream of elite rise to the top here. Tate Lytle, Gavin Hibbs, all driving through the field, getting up there. There's Chad Turnquist taking his black flag for the lane change there.
Oh, and I think he might have just got himself another penalty for his troubles.
Probably going to be the effective end of his competitive night, and unfortunate because he did show a lot of speed here. Had driven up to the top 10 before that accident, so not going to be the night he was looking for. And
oh, meanwhile, look at this. Wow. Big move from Trey Hudson. Oh, no, and around goes Harry.
Oh,
hang on to it, Harry. He is going to. Good job by everyone to avoid the broadside 51. Great job by Harry to hold the brakes and make sure no one else involved. You see, tight 3 wide here. See, looks like the 70 might have slid up just a little bit into the 51, and around goes Talon.
And one thing I'm noticing about this track tonight, James, these drivers, they paid $14.95 for the track, and they're using all $14.95 of it, all the way up to the wall. A lot of these cars are running, so good to see that. Heard rumblings over the past few weeks / months about the dynamic track being kind of a thing again. So if it is, it's definitely showing out there tonight.
Yeah, you can, it's definitely the case. Meanwhile, I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the end of the stage, because we might get back going with the couple laps to go before lap 60. So race control giving the tally to the 51.
Seems to be the preferred lane on the restarts. Gets you a great jump off of turn number 4. And we've seen just about every restart. The leader's been about a 1 to 2 car lengths clear of the second place car into turn number 1. The only time we haven't really seen that was that guy right there, Brandon Wilkerson, who got a great restart on the inside to hang with the 66 of Ryan on one of those restarts. So we'll see if Gavin Hibbs here can do the same to Brandon Wilkerson and hang on that left rear corner to maybe make something happen here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what the 95 can do as Brandon Wilkinson will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. 1 lap to go in stage 1. Wilkinson's going to clear. Doesn't look like the 95 is going to have a run. See Lytle clears. Phillips.
Oh, reckon.
Momentarily. Oh, Jeff Ryan has got spun onto pit road. Meanwhile, Wilkinson's going to win stage 1. Oh no, up from Phillips into Lytle. Tate holds on to it. Maybe.
Yeah, Tate's upset about that over the radio, and rightfully so. Feeling like he just got knocked out of the way there.
No! Oh, getting turned on the front.
Well.
Oh, we got another big one. Oh, Chad's involved. Yoakum. Looks like the 22 of Adams.
See if the replay showed here. There was a lot going on that restart there. Looks like, well, Gerald might have came down a little bit on old Randy Yoakum there.
And you see that's going to end up getting the 31 turn, and then Randy goes back up the track into Frankenfield, and all hell breaks loose from there. Hunter Smith involved. I think Cutlet might have been involved as well.
Yeah, nobody's favored out here tonight. Lots of damage everywhere. Chad with the front and the rear hit. And then another rear hit. I believe that's
and then keep
into
watching here. He's going to get a front hit. Boop!
Kind of having an Austin Powers that car to get it turned around, and away he goes. One of these he didn't have a rear panel there, and this one he does. So iRacing can't make up its mind for that one, but Race Control calling that one a racing deal, which yeah, I can see that call. That's a fine call.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that being 3 wide off of turn 4, knowing how difficult turn 4 is around this place, Cam. You know, that's the fun of Wilkesboro, is the fact that half the track is higher than the other.
Yeah, it sure is. And a little Chad Turnquist update here. He did get the lucky dog. See it right there in the bottom of your screen. He is the lucky dog candidate, so he will be back on the lead lap, and presumably we will see that car fly through the field once again. Definitely got a lot of speed, some bad luck and all that, but he'll have it all to do here on this next restart. We're working our 6th caution of the night. Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting one.
That it has. Interesting to see what happens from all that damage from a good chunk of the field. So we're already back to 1 to green here. Pace car will make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Brandon Wilkinson will once again lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. See Michael Hossack drop into the bottom. That's not sure if there's a problem with the 24 or not. Gibbs is. Oh, I think we got a car going around in the back, and it's 22 of Adams again. I think Josh might have got some help here.
Oh, he sure did.
And yep, see Turnquist just gets tight, goes right up into the 22, and around he goes.
In other news, the U.S. military has just contacted Chad Turnquist to help them with their new missile.
The missile knows where it is because it knows where it is at all times.
Well, that's our 7th caution of the night. We are not halfway yet, so we're on pace for, was it 14 or 15 at this point? let's go ahead and take a short break here and pay some bills while we got a moment, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th Detroit, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything: cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
All right, we are back. We are already back to getting to it. That makes any sort of grammatical sense. Let the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Brandon Wilkinson is once again going to lead us to the restart zone. And Gray means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. Wilkinson already able to clear Gavin Hibbs as here comes Tate Lytle around the outside of Hibbs. None worse for the wear after that contact with Phillips is Tate Lytle. See Higgins maybe looking to the outside when 56 can't get it done. Tommy Ryan's got to figure out a way to get single file pretty quickly, otherwise he might be freight trained.
Yeah, and that's a frustrating spot to be as a driver there for Tommy Ryan, because he's definitely got the speed here tonight, but he's not in the right position on track. If he can clear of Gavin Higgins, which he cannot, will not be able to this time by, he can maybe slot himself up there behind Tate, but Gavin Higgins, short track kid, doing a good job of doing exactly what we thought he would do, being strong here on a short track. And we'll see him tomorrow night in the ARCA finale at Homestead right here on Elite Racing Network. But doing a good job here tonight in the Grand National Series cars, racing with some of the best. He's going to make the move stick here on Ryan out of turn number 2.
Oh, Randy Oakham going around. Sorry to cut you off there, Cam, but Randy Oakham got some help to the inside wall, but he was able to somewhat hold on to it onto the apron, so we are still green flag.
No caution out for that one, so good that we are still going green. There is Gerald Campbell and Harrison Talion on the track together. Now for 4th place on back. Tommy Ryan still on that bottom side of the racetrack. He's just not able to roll the corner as well as the outside there is Ryan on the bottom. So he's got to figure out something. And, I think we've heard over the past few weeks here, James, the new updates that they've come out over with the last season has made the dirty air a little bit more prevalent, more difficult to drive around. So you might not think about that on a short track here, but it definitely does come into play really every track we go to. So maybe having some struggles with that as he loses another spot to Trey Eidson.
Yeah, that's exactly what everyone wanted, was more dirty air. Yeah, Tommy just doesn't seem to be as strong as you would have expected, especially starting on pole. And gotta give a shout to Trey Eidson. Trey started 29th, and I believe was the innocent bystander in a few of those early wrecks. And somehow he has gotten himself up to P5 and knocking on the door of P4. A fantastic recovery drive from the 27, who is angling to, I assume, maybe take over the points lead. I don't know. I don't know the point standings off the top of my head, but he's got himself a few spots over the 11 of Weeks.
I think, currently it would be Tate over. Yeah, it would be Tate over Trey. Well, actually, they're all pretty well together there, so you can see that on the right side of your screen. The cream rising to the top. Trey Eidson has been one of the hottest drivers in the Grand National Series over the last few weeks. So no surprise seeing him come through the field, but he.
Oh,
Caution.
Josh Adams around again. Oh no! Very nearly a much bigger incident than what it ended up being.
Yeah, you got to think, James. Josh Adams really probably not too excited to be here anymore. This is probably one of those races where you just want to like Alt F4 almost. But I mean, you can see he's a little bit sideways in the corner. Maybe he's got some rearward brake bias there, but then just gets a tap from the number 3 of Jeff Ryan, and around he goes. No damage. I don't believe. Slides up back into the wall just about, and Andrew Rucker decided that he wanted to join the accident as well. And away they go.
That they do. We're going to go ahead and get another quick break in, and we'll be back shortly.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Alrighty, we are back and once again ready to get back at it. The delayed green, actually. Not sure what's going on.
I don't believe that was a race control delay. Somebody might have stopped on track there, but that might have needed to happen anyway because they were still shuffling and filing through at the back to get back in the line. So we will do one more lap here and then get her back going.
Yep, I believe now we're going to be getting back going again. Pace car is going to pull on just to pull off once again. As Gerald Campbell is going to lead us to the restart zone. And green means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. Fantastic restart for Gerald. Here comes Wilkinson having to deal with the 10 of Jared Rexing.
Close between off to turn number 2. There was almost some contact, but they keep off of each other, and I think it's going to be easy once Brandon Wilkinson gets to the inside here. He's looking inside of Gerald Campbell, and Brandon Wilkinson just has been so quick all night, and on the fresher tires, I believe the 31's on 2.
As here comes Rexing, jumping 3 wide to the outside. Oh boy, Gerald is in the thick of it right now. He is middle 3 wide as here comes Ryan Lytle. And Higgins and Eidson try to line up for their turn.
Yep, they're all taking their turns with him at this point, and he is just falling back. It is, he's on the struggle bus right now with those 2 tires. They're not working like they need to right now.
Oh, caution! Oh, Jacob Adams around.
See what the replay shows here, but another Adams and another Jeff Ryan.
Oh.
Well, He kind of just got squeezed right there, but
He
between
sure
Ryan
did.
and Randy Yoakum. And
Oh,
Josh Adams involved in yet another one. So they are definitely both looking to get this race over with. It's been a horrible race, for lack of a better term, for the Adams brothers.
boy. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and get one more ad in, and we'll be back again.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th Enjoy Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything: cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
All right, we are back and about to get back at it. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Brandon Wilkinson is again going to be leading us to the restart zone. And green means go. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. Not the greatest of starts from Rexing, and that's going to be a huge disadvantage to Hibbs as here comes Lytle around the outside of Rexing. Tate trying to get up to second.
Bringing the 27 to Trey Eidson with him as well. But he and Gavin Hibbs are side by side. They can't figure it out between themselves, but I think that 27 is going to get the better run off turn number 4. They're 3 wide for the run back.
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact between Gerald and Weeks. I thought maybe Weeks might get turned into the outside wall for a second there, but they survive for now.
3 wide for the run back is now 2 wide. They've sorted it out between it themselves. Gavin Higgins there trying to get around the outside of Gavin Hibbs and Jared Rexing. Now side by side with Jared Rexing right on that right rear quarter panel into turn number 3. Driving it in deep, trying to get the run, but on the bottom, it is, bottom's a little bit quicker in the center, but off, I think it's going to be Gavin Higgins with the run, and he's going to move himself up into the 4th position here. Very impressive run for the 20 so far.
And here comes the other Gavin trying to follow him through. Gavin Hibbs jumps to the outside after being behind the 10, and now he might get the pass done, but that is a tough loss of track position for the 95, who was P3 at that restart.
Just doing what he can do right now, keeping that car in the preferred groove and holding off that number 10 of Rexing as he can. So can't really do much more than that with the fresh tires. I mean, it's hard to pass on a short track with fresh tires than it is on older tires sometimes. And I think this is one of those tracks where that kind of comes into play. So
Contact between the 15 and the 8. Oh, yeah.
Sure was.
See Chad sending it 3 wide. Almost clears out the 8. Thankfully, both of them held onto it. Fantastic save from Chris right there. But, yeah, that was nearly the meme.
Chad Frankville, he was sideways before he even got to the corner, too. I think he's running Some crazy rear brake bias as well. Here comes Gavin Hibbs on Gavin Higgins. Trying to get around his outside, so definitely showing out here tonight that even up to this point, the outside line has been somewhat the better line, especially to make the passes. That's where you want to be. Shove that inside the guy down to the inside of the track and get around him that way. So Hibbs up to P4. It is singles file right now, approximately equidistant for the top three. Brandon Wilson still up there leading Tate Lytle and Trey Eidson.
Yeah, Wilkinson just keeping them at bay. Has himself about 4/10 over Tate Lytle right now.
Lap times on the bottom of the screen. You can see that Tate Lytle was quicker for 3 laps in a row, and just ever so slightly. You're talking about 16 thousandths, 3 thousandths, 2 thousandths. And then, so they're kind of trading back and forth right now. 28 thousandths quicker there for Tate Lytle on that last lap, but gap still about 4/10 of a second, and we're starting to kind of single file out here a little bit. It's a little bit further on in the back, about P14 or so. Jonathan Cutlip around Jay Connor on the outside. And Cutlip, he's had an interesting race, been involved in some incidents, had the network connection issue at the start of the race, didn't even take the start, and lost 2 laps right from the get-go, but now battling with Gerald Campbell for lucky position number 13. And I think he's going to get it here at the line. He said a Chad Turnquist up there.
Yeah, they're going to get checked up hard between the 87. Chad is back on the lead lap. It's a battle for position. Incredible recovery for him with all of the penalties that he's had to overcome.
Yeah, I think everyone in this camera shot right now has had a pretty interesting race. We saw just a minute ago Jacob Adams. He and his brother have been in somehow about 5 of our cautions tonight. He or his brother, or both of them, I believe, in one of them. So just a bad night overall for the Adams brothers, but he's got himself up there in the top 20, able to continue on and get something out of this race. Jonathan Cutlip gets around them all. He gets up to position number 12. And Jacob Adams now working on the back of Chad Frankenfield.
See Hunter Smith and JP Phillips battling. Smith was involved in that big wreck on the front stretch. I thought for sure he was going to have a lot more damage than what he has. Sitting in 10th so far. Oh, big wiggle from Weeks in front of them as Matthews trying to get past the 24 Hossack.
Yeah, and Weeks has looked a lot quicker a little while ago. He's not charged to the field as well or as much as he was. Not sure if he has any damage on that car or just what's going on there, but see, he's about 2/10 slower than the leaders right now. Just mired back in traffic behind Michael Hossack, who's a pretty good run for him. Hossack, I believe, every time I've seen him on the restart, he's gotten some kind of restart issue. Checked up the field a couple of restarts ago and just has not seemed to have that under control. So he probably would like this to go green, but either way, having a good run up there in the 8th position, all the way up from 21st. Running there behind Tommy Ryan, who just was never really able to get the car. We saw him lead early on, fell back and got it back going the right direction, but just has not been able to get back to the lead. Kind of has been around the middle of the top 10 since then. So maybe just not the overall outright race pace that he needs. Definitely has the qualifying pace, but sometimes that's a little bit different.
Yeah. Saw a little bit ago the graphic for the biggest movers. Trey Eidson. Oh, something might have just happened to Trey Eidson. Oh no, I think Trey Eidson might be dropping his packets. Oh, the connection quality is not looking good. It's at 53-48. Oh my goodness, that is heartbreaking. A unbelievable comeback from 29th on the starting grid, now up in smoke.
Yeah, and hopefully there is no magic smoke associated with that connection issue. That would be very, very suboptimal on all parts, but it sure looks like he's not coming back, and we're just waiting for the official word from iRacing's scoring that has happened, but...
And
there it is. Chad Turnquist here in the 87. He's battling with Joe Campbell and Dave Carpenter for that 16th position. Chad on the inside there. He's been knocked around a little bit with some penalties and being involved in some wrecks, so I don't know if that car is driving as well as it could. But Harrison Talley there in the 51 able to get around him and get up into the 18th position. There's Jeff Ryan on pit road with presumably some kind of penalty or issue. I don't believe we're not going to need any fuel to the end here.
There's the official word from Race Control. Just heartbreaking for the 27, and that's the second time it's happened tonight to a shift car. That actually happened to Seth Rawls not too long ago, where he got the connection flag and was insta-towed back onto the pit road. See 15 battling with the 16 here. Chad tried to recover from his incident, his involvement in that front stretch incident. See, here comes Jacob Adams looking to the outside of him.
Three more drivers who've all had some interesting nights here. Tom Bourne, Jacob Adams, and Chad Frankfield all being involved in some kind of issue themselves. But right here at the middle part of the top, right past the top 10. So the battle for the 13th position between these drivers.
Meanwhile, we are just about 25 laps to go here. And Wilkinson and Tate have absolutely walked away from the field. Tate has about a second plus over Gavin Hibbs in P3.
Yeah, right now Hibbs, you can see right there, just a little bit slower each lap. 2/10, 1/10.
Oh, contact from Phillips and Hunter Smith, and around goes Hunter Smith.
And that changes everything.
It sure does. See, send from Phillips, bumps back a Hunter Smith, and around Hunter goes.
Little plonk there, and gets Jonathan Cutlip involved. I don't think too much damage for that machine, and just some tire and ego damage for the 34.
Hey,
And the
that
54,
it
really.
is. Yeah.
So we're going to see any crazy pit strategies here, James? Maybe somebody on two tires?
We've already seen a lot of crazy pit strategies, so I imagine we're going to see more of that. So you can already tell Chris Wright is staying out. It's like JP Phillips is also staying out, so the oh yeah, JP says he has no tires, so this is a forced choice here. But we're gonna go ahead and take what we hope to be our last break of the night. We'll be back again.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
All right, we are back and already back at it. JP Phillips will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway here at Wilkesboro. See some shakeups on pit road as Tate tries to go the outside of JP. And they both end up going into the wall. JP on the older tires doing what he can. And somehow Tate is still to the outside of Gavin Hibbs. Big sideways from Wilkinson trying to get to the outside of Hibbs. Wilkinson lost the track position he had on pit road. He is absolutely wheeling the heck out of that car. A little bit of contact between him and Ryan, and here comes Tommy to the outside. This has been an abject disaster for Brandon Wilkinson, who has dominated the race up until this point. He is fighting tooth and nail just to hold on to fourth now. You see a little bit of side contact between Ryan and Rexing right behind.
Yeah, but he's got less than 20 laps to go now to recover that position.
He's got a lot to do. He's got to get by the dueling Gavins here to see.
Ryan sideways.
Get Ryan sideways. They hang on to it. Oh no, Ryan! And he still hangs on to it somehow. But caution is out. A minute. See Goody around and missing that bumper and hearing apologies from the 8 car. And Josh Adams.
Another one.
Windshield meat bug. See Goody already missing that rear bumper cover. Contact with Phillips, and then the bump from right. And once again, Josh Adams praying to get this race over. But I tell you, Cam, this is absolutely this might be working out in Wilkinson's favor, because Brandon is going to be restarting P4, and with Tate Lytle likely taking the outside, this is going to give Wilkinson an opportunity to try to at least get back into second.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would have to agree with that, because that's really his last shot at it here. I think if he can get up there in the second, then that gives him his real last shot at winning here. But can't do it from 4th position, so pressure's on here for him to do something on this restart.
Yeah, Brandon Wilkinson is going to need a dynamite restart to try to get back into contention of this race. And it's going to be a lot of fun watching to see what this 26 could do, knowing that he was able to take the lead from Tommy Ryan, who had the preferred line at the time, way back towards the start of this race. So he's going to hope that he still has some of that magic left. Tate Lyle looking to bring home another win here. Pace car gets ready to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tate Lytle will lead us to the restart zone. Green means going. We're back underway at Wilkesboro. And you see Wilkinson got the jump he needed. He's already to the outside of Gavin Higgins. Gavin going high, trying to crowd the 26. They're going to be even off of turn 2. What can Wilkinson do on the high side? And here comes Michael Hasek right behind. Higgins almost has him clear. And he does. But here comes Wilkinson jumping to the inside.
Michael Hasek with high, wide, and handsome there, all the way up at the top of 3 wide, but the battle here for second. Some bumping.
Higgins tried to slam the door. Wilkinson shoves it back open. but can't keep alongside, and Tate Lytle is loving this, allowing him to run away.
Good, hard, clean, short track racing here between Gavin Higgins and Brandon Wilkinson. Brandon with a light nudge in the back of the 20 to move him up, but no harm, no foul. That is perfectly legal and okay here on the short tracks. He gets the inside of the 20 off of turn number 4, but cannot make the move. It's going to be hard down there on the inside with that number 20. He's hard to pass anyway.
Yeah, you saw Wilkinson try to slide up to the middle, trying to do a little bit what Higgins did to him on the restart, but it did not work. Wilkinson really good on the inside, but not good enough to keep position to the inside of Higgins. And we are under 10 laps to go. Time is running out for Wilkinson.
And like you said, James, while this is happening, Tate is just running away right now. His lead is about, I want to say it's 8, 9 tenths of a second or so at the line last time by. So he is absolutely, he's loving that in his mirror. And I think Brandon Wilkinson, he's getting to his last few shots here to get around that 20 cleanly. It's going to be for second if he doesn't get it done shortly, because he's not going to have enough time to catch 56 if we go green. But here he tries again, and just hard to make that move on the inside. Brandon cannot, just the way the track here is at North Wilkesboro, you just cannot stay down there as much as you need to.
Absolutely not, especially with the track cooling and the lights on. 5 laps to go from North Wilkesboro. Oh no, Tommy Ryan gets spun into the inside wall. He keeps it straight. We stay green, but significant damage to the 66 of Jesse Racimus. Or 66 of Tommy Ryan. My bad, Jesse Racimus was talking while I was looking at Tommy Ryan. Stupid brain autocorrect.
On board the 70 of Jesse Racimus here, and there he goes.
Big damage from the inside wall for Jesse. While Wilkinson tries once again. Fruitless so far for the 26. Oh, Wilkinson is getting more aggressive. Just can't keep position. Whoa, there's a bump. Here comes the bump and run. Oh, just not enough.
Both these drivers starting to use more of the racetrack. Gavin's going higher, so is Brandon. And eventually they're going to meet here somewhere.
Just perfect defense from Gavin Higgins. Another big send from Wilkinson as we are 2 to go. They are rubbing. Wilkinson.
Last shot out of turn number 4 here for Wilkinson.
Yep, no bump. Meanwhile, white flag, 1 lap to go from North Wilkesboro. Whoa, there's another bump. Little bit of a hip check.
Oh, he moves him.
And that's going to put Higgins up into the wall and Wilkinson up into P2. Is he gonna give him a bump back? He won't. Meanwhile, Tate Lytle will win in North Wilkesboro, and Wilkinson's gonna hold on to P2. Oh boy.
That was a fun night of racing here at North Wilkesboro. Nice little hearing that Gavin's not happy about that move over the radio, but gotta say that was about as clean as you'll get a move out of the way in short tracks. So I'd say it was the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. Tate Lytle comes home with another win on the season, so he's gonna cement his points lead after tonight.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll see. I mean, it was 11 points coming in from Weeks to Lytle, but we'll see how that plays out.
And apparently this is a continuation of some beef. Wilkinson's not happy about something from Darlington. So, spicy! Well, as Tate burns it down, we'll take our final break of the night. We'll be back with our top 3.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything: cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
This is Bobby Boland from Tom Boland Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Boland Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Boland Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Alrighty, we are back and ready to talk to our top 3. First, we're going to go to our 3rd place finisher of Gavin Higgins. Gavin, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, it was a great run from you tonight. Another good finish for you at a short track. Lord knows you're really good at these places. But I gotta ask first of all, the some interesting racing there with you in the 26 in the closing laps. Take us through it.
Yeah, it's getting really annoying. I mean, he says that's even from Darlington what he did in the last corner. I mean, he wrecked me 5 times at IRP, so I try to keep it clean with him, but I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. It's really getting annoying.
Yeah, can hear Denny Hamlin screaming short track racing in the background. But yeah, it was still a fantastic race for you, all things considered. You really kind of made your way up through the field pretty good, and just kind of came out of nowhere there at the end. What was your race like?
Yeah, it was a rough start. I think I was involved in a lot of the incidents coming down pit road, getting the damage fixed, and then I was really good on restarts. The top lane was real good. I loved being up there. And then, yeah, I mean, I wasn't the best on the long runs, but I think I started to catch Hibbs before we got that caution with 25 to go. But other than that, I mean, it was really fun to race in here. Just more cautions than I liked. I mean, we ran 100 laps screen or 90 laps screen in Arco to end the race, and we can't do it in here, so.
Yeah, it was a bummer, but still looked like a lot of fun out there. Lord knows this track produces some great racing when we are able to race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, but I was racing around, we kept it mostly clean throughout the night, except that first half and racing Wilkinson. But I mean, it's always fun to come in here. I love this track. It's probably one of my favorite tracks we come to, especially got repaved and I really like it.
Alrighty, well, all things considered, still a great run from you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
No sponsors. Shout out you guys for putting this on. Chad for running the whole league. Shout out my mom, dad, brother, sister, Jay for racing with me tonight. My grandparents and neighbor Pete.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Gavin. Hopefully we're talking to you again here next week.
Yep.
Alright, now here's Cam with our runner-up.
Brandon, Cam in the booth, you got a copy? Oh no, I don't think we have him. Brandon, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy? All right. Don't think we have our runner up just yet, so I will chase him down. And if you want to get our
Oh, you guys-
winner,
Yeah, Tate, James in the booth. You got a copy.
I do. How we doing?
All right, but not as good as you. It was it looked like kind of another quintessential Tate Lytle drive. We know, just kind of slowly but surely make your way up through the field, and then all of a sudden, bam, you got the lead with under 20 to go.
Yeah, not a very good qualifying lap. I tried to set up lap 2, and I should have just let her rip on lap 1. And ended up taking my lap 1 with me running high line in 3 and 4, trying to get the run. And so started, mid pack, and it took me. I mean, it felt like it was probably lap 80 or so before I was really even up, able to race with those guys up front. And the cautions kind of fell in my favor. People kind of stayed out in my favor. JP staying out right there is what won me the race. Him being able to control the restart and me being behind him and able to pinch off Gavin and Brandon, even after he kind of put me in the fence. That's what kind of won us the race. But got to take him how you can get him. I don't think I would have had anything on the long run there on Brandon just because the dirty air is so bad now ever since they updated the car. But got to thank Bojo Quick Shifts. Shout out Dad, Jack, Louise, if they're watching. They always got it on the big screen. Yeah, win number 3. I think that should put us in the points lead again, and we're looking decent. Make a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, so far so good. Take us through just what it was like being in this race. It definitely seemed chaotic there at times, just trying to avoid a lot of the calamity.
I mean, it was a slugfest. I mean, once I got up in the top 3 or 4, it wasn't quite as bad. But when I was racing back there, and because so that first big wreck on lap maybe 10 or 12, I had gotten from 18th maybe to a 12th or so. And when they wrecked in front of me, I literally had to stop to miss it. And I got passed by everyone and went back to like 22nd or something like that. And so it just took forever, it felt like. And it was, I mean, just haymakers. And it took 20 laps to really be able to do anything saving tire-wise back there. And finally was able to kind of catch some cautions at a decent time. Right before the stage when people pitted, well, I pitted and people stayed out, and I was able to kind of make my way through the pack a little bit better than some and got 3rd place points in the stage, which I didn't think there was a shot in the world. And with Weeks having the rough night and then Trey falling out, I think it's going to be pretty good in the points. Kind of unfortunate Trey fell out. Don't really want to get a big lead on a guy like that, but with how good he is, you kind of got to take the advantage where you can get it.
Absolutely. But another incredible win from you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Yeah, shout it out. Bojo, Dad, Jack Louise, I don't know if my cousin Gavin watches these sometimes. So Gavin, if you're still watching, shout out to you, brother. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have much of a shot to win. I thought maybe fringe top 5, and things just kind of fell our way. Hopefully they continue to do that as the season closes out.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you, Tate. Hopefully we are talking to you again next week.
I hope so. You all have a good one.
all right, let's try him again. Brandon, Cam in the booth, you got a copy? Brandon, Cam in the booth, you got a copy here? All right. Well, don't think we have Brandon, so might just be the 2 interviews for tonight.
Yep, and I suppose with that, I believe that just about does it for us. Cam, what are your final thoughts on another wild night of racing from North Wilkesboro?
Well, I think we saw exactly what we thought we were going to see. Messy in the start. It cleaned up towards the end there just a little bit. Still some questionable moves. There's going to be some big shifts in the points here a little bit. They haven't updated on my end just yet. Actually, yeah, they did. So Tate now leads Matthew Weeks by 19, and then it's 57 back to Trey Eidson there in third. So a big hit for him with the connection issue. He'll be looking to rebound next week in Kentucky.
Yes, sir. But with that, it's time for us to get the heck on out of here. For my broadcast partners, Cam Rich and Dave Huckleberry, I'm James Watson, bidding you adieu till next time. Good night, everyone.